If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello, and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. This is Burger,
This is Zonka.
and this time we're coming at you with some rankings. We've never done that before.
Hey, but before we get in the meat and potatoes, you got to shout out our mans.
Mine, my dog. We appreciate you. We appreciate the love.
CVJ family, honestly, thank you
Yeah.
for listening. We had a call to action in one of our episodes to put our new background as your phone background. And you know what? This man shared us on Instagram. Much appreciated.
That's not to say we don't see the rest of y'all too. We've given shout outs in the past, but that was recent happenings. But we love all y'all. But that being said, we've got two different sets of rankings that we're going to hit today. We do also have some thoughts. We've honestly given them in the recent past, I believe, but there's new information, so we have to report on it. As of today, peeling back the curtain here, y'all will know if y'all know, the new Superman trailer release. So it's fresh in our head. A lot of stuff going on in that. We're going to dive into that before we hit up our rankings. So, Joe, I know you're pretty eager about Superman. I know you're pumped about our topics today. I'm ready to see a good showing from you. Very looking forward to it. But first, Superman. I know you're that guy when it comes to Superman. So what did you think of the trailer?
Holy moly. I mean, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk about it, but I'm not done
He's
talking
glazing it,
about
bro.
I'm glazing.
Yeah, his
And
boy, Krispy
I ain't
Kreme.
going anywhere either. Just love all the different like visual references.
Yeah.
In real time, when they start this new trailer and Lois is interviewing Superman, it just reminded me so much of the Christopher Reeve Superman movie where he comes up to her on the balcony and she starts asking him questions and eventually they fly off together. And there's a scene in the trailer where they kind of fly like up together. And it's just so like, it's almost like a Valentine to like that movie, but also like everything in comics that's like good Superman stories. Whether it's like overall like vibe of like the Golden Age characters or like references to like the All-Star Superman run or Death of Superman, like when he's laying in the debris in the trailer. I just think they really do a good job visually, kind of representing what not only the character's supposed to be, but like the whole Superman universe. But another thing I liked about the trailer too is, to your point, Burger, it feels just so lived in. Everybody complains about how like unrelatable Superman is because he's so strong and he's got all these powers and he's only weak to like kryptonite and magic. But I don't know, he just seems relatable and inspiring. Like he's screaming in pain when they're trying to heal him from the sun. He's hunched over sad when he's holding that dead robot in the Fortress of Solitude. And he's like holding his dad when like in front of that like double wide trailer in Smallville. And even lets his dog lay in the bed and with him, which you see a little bit in the trailer. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I just like Zack Snyder's Superman was fine and all, but it just seemed kind of like unapproachable. But this Superman kind of comes across as like genuine, optimistic, trustworthy.
Guy
And I
you
guess
might know.
the last, exactly, yeah, and somebody who just wants to do good. And lastly, the other characters are really represented well in the trailer, from what I can tell too. So we don't get a lot, but like the Daily Planet looks like it has a lot of like playful characters, whether it's like Cat or like Jimmy Olsen, which kind of looks like he came right out of like 60s, but also even the other superheroes. Like there's this like scene where like Green Lantern uses his ring and it's kind of cool. And
Real
I don't
casual.
know. Yeah. The only character I didn't really know on this new trailer was that new like Iron Man Juggernaut looking dude fighting Superman, but whatever. I'm about it.
Just like a random Silver Agey story type thing. I forget what that character's name is. I think they released like a toy and it gave their name, but I can't recall. I think it's something axe. Even though they don't have axes, I think it has something to do with that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't know. Don't quote me as fact on that. But yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan of who's gonna be Jimmy Olsen. If y'all aren't already hip, I'll just finished the season or the series really. Righteous Gemstones. He comes right out of that, and I feel like even coming from that will be like a perfect fit. But yeah, no, it kind of gives me like the vibes of like the Donner films and like the original stuff, but that it gives like Silver Agey comic vibes, but also it kind of gives like a hint of Smallville in a way because we didn't even touch on Lex. He seems decent so far. But like I mean, we've only seen snippets, but I feel optimistic. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
I
what's
mean,
his face.
he looks evil to me.
Yeah, bad enough guy.
And
But
even
yeah,
what was that Alan Moore story we read where like he kind of like teams up with like Brainiac? Like there's a scene where he's wearing that like black coat and like he's kind of near the Fortress of Solitude, it seems like, and it kind of gives me that vibes too, like
yeah.
all around just masterclass.
Yeah, and I like that our Superman is like passionate about saving people because like during that like little interview where he's like, "Yeah, I'll interview a Superman." Then it's just he's like when he like starts raising his voice and getting more passionate about it, it's about saving people because they're like, "Oh yeah, you just inserted yourself in a war. You did all these boundaries." He's like, "I'm just doing it because I want to save people." And it's just that's what Superman is. So,
Yeah,
I'm glad
except
that
that
this Superman's like grounded and like has like the right moral compass even though he's younger.
for sure, like the reason she's asking those questions is because they're trying to like, why didn't you like okay it by somebody else? And like the passion comes out to your point, and the root of it is just saving people. And at the end of the day, like regardless of how you got it done, like if you're leading with like genuine intent and the overall goal is positive, I don't know. It just seems like a perfect Superman story, but we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be the best superhero movie of the year. I think it could even be one of the best superhero movies of all time, but I'm
Whoa.
also biased, so
Yeah, that's for sure. It hasn't even come out yet. This might be the best movie ever.
look up because it's going to be number one.
Sick. But
Yeah.
no, very excited for it. So is Jazz even. I mean, we're on the final season of Smallville for those who care, even though no one does. But that show's sick. But it's also got her on Superman tip right now, so it's just like we're both gonna be steamrolling into theaters like pumped about it. Got my Smallville shirt I'm about to don. It's about to be sick.
Yeah, I even bought a shirt for the movies too. Speaking of which, if we can talk the Burger family into coming to the theaters with me the night before the main release,
I ain't going out that way.
y'all whisper some truth to my guy.
No, no one's gonna do that. We're not changing our stance.
Dang,
We'll
he
have to
wants to
view it
watch it
separately.
on Friday. I'm going Thursday night.
Yeah, no, I've got to work and I'm not going out to that Imagine Canton or Imagine Theater. It's not even in Canton. It's even further.
Celine.
Yeah, no thanks. It's an uphill battle, but we'll see it. And then you know what? We haven't done a movie review in quite some time, but I'm sure that we can put our two brain cells together and give you guys our thoughts. That might be pretty sick. So maybe the return of movie reviews after probably at least 2 years, a little treat for y'all OGs.
Yeah, the medicine y'all don't like.
Yeah.
But with that, let's get into today's topic. So, did you want to start with best team books or coolest costume designs?
Let's steamroll through best team books because this one's kind of hard for me. I'm not going to cap with you. If we're looking at it through the lens of collecting, I feel better about it because I collect more team books than I guess I've read, I suppose, which is kind of weird, but it's just like there haven't been very many good team book runs, I feel, during my duration reading. So I guess I just stay away from that. But if we're talking about reading, which I think we pretty much agreed on, I don't have a particular order. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even know if my fives really even counts. It's just a team I like, really. And I was reading their book, but I just dropped it. So it's just like, whatever, man. But we're going to go with, honestly, because it's the best thing I'm reading right now that's a team book, I'm going to go with G.I. Joe because they're a sick team. I mean, I don't know how much more I need to elaborate, but if we're talking about the new series, pretty sick, especially if you like the Transformers universe kind of merging with that. I mean, I feel like that's kind of cool. But even as just like a self-contained book, the way they're hitting the G.I. Joe backstories and like the new team formation and everything like that is just very interesting. A lot of cool stuff's been happening as of late in the books. I don't know, spoiler alert. So there you go. There's your time to skip past this. But it's just like the first show off with like Duke and Cobra Commander. That's sick. They've got like the energy weapons with like the Transformers technology. It's cool. And then I mean, obviously like the classic, like the TV show and like the comics and all that are also cool. If we're going with number two, like I said, no particular order. Maybe we'll just go Justice League because they're probably my favorite team. Yeah, probably. But I'd say their most recent book has been okay, but not what I want, or it's not as strong as it could be given the creative team. But I will say that the New 52 run was pretty sick when I was reading that back in the day with the Jeff Johns series. I'd go X-Men because, I mean, if we're talking just like in general and not what I'm reading, the X-Men freaking rule. But I will say that Powers of X and House of X was a really good reading experience for me. So I like that as a team book as well. And then we get into World's Finest because I'm counting Batman, Superman, and Robin as a team, and they're pretty sick. So, I mean, that's been a good book. It kind of harkens to the Silver Agey stuff, which if you listen to us with any regularity, you know that's kind of our jam. And it's been pretty consistent, and we're getting pretty deep into the series now. Even if it's not riding the exact same highs that it was, it's still pretty dang good. And then lastly, I put the Justice Society as my 5 because I dropped that book. It wasn't very good, which Jeff Lemire was bringing a little bit of heat with this, and the artists were different because the JSA's sick and they need to get more play, dog. But I'm gonna go ahead and say like historically and just in general, they're sick as hell. So the JSA gets my last spot because I mean there's like teams within solo books I read, I guess, but like I don't really have like dedicated team books that I guess I've been reading that much after some reflection there. I either feel like I don't care enough for the team or I don't feel like the run is something I feel like paying for because I mean there's tons of cool teams that have books, but I just feel like the run itself isn't gonna be my cup of tea. So yeah, that's my list.
Nice list. Mine's pretty similar, to be honest with you. I ranked mine though.
Oh
So
wow.
out of my
This guy
top
cares.
5, my least favorite on my top 5 is Avengers, and it barely made my list if I'm being honest with you guys, because like Infinity Gauntlet was cool, but I can't name a single good Avengers book that's come out since I've been collecting comics. In fact, I don't think even the old stories have been that great either, for the most part.
Oh.
It's mostly just the team consists of like their best, most mainstream Marvel characters. So I couldn't leave it off the list. Plus, I'm sure there's some stuff that I just haven't read that's good. You know what I mean? There's a reason
Oh
that.
yeah.
So I'm hoping to come across that sometime. Again, Infinity Gauntlet was good, but like, I don't know. If you would have told me G.I. Joe, Doom Patrol, Defenders, I wouldn't be mad at you. Teen Titans would be my number 4.
Oh.
The Judas Contract is sick.
Yeah, good
But
point.
also, Mark Waid recently did this little 6-issue run on the Teen Titans that was pretty dang cool too. Some of the other teams I'm going to mention later on are by definition like way cooler than the Teen Titans, like as a team. But the Teen Titans stories themselves always just seem so fun and interesting. And I don't know, they're just kind of some of the better stories actually.
Yeah, they're sick, dog.
Even
Actually,
if the characters aren't as cool as some of the other teams I'm about to mention. But what were you gonna say?
some of them are cool, Joe. And yeah, that replaces JSA on mine because I don't know why I wasn't thinking Teen Titans. Mostly because all of the series that have come out since we've been reading books have been like, dog, I don't even have a comment to disparage them. Like I don't even look in their direction. They look like dog shit. Except for that, yeah, the Mark Waid miniseries run, which was about the Silver Age team, the original squad. That was sick. That was really good. I wish that went longer. I'd be really pumped to be reading Teen Titans as where I would not now. Is it me or did they make Beast Boy worse somehow?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They're like,
I
how
don't
can
like him, dog. How can we make him more annoying? It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, somebody should sue for like slander and libel and
libel,
yeah,
terrorism.
it's evil.
But anywho,
Yeah.
back to your
Yeah. So my number 3 team is the Fantastic Four. To be honest, they don't really have any good books either. At least that
who does, dog?
I don't know. I mean,
They're Their
the
old stuff is
Galactus
all.
trilogy was cool. We've reviewed that for the pod, but the individual characters are so cool. I mean, I don't a huge fan of the Human Torch, even though like Toro, the original Human Torch, is cool. I just feel like they got one of the coolest villains in all of Marvel Comics and Doctor
Toro was
Doom.
the original Human Torch's sidekick. Jim Hammond is the original.
Yeah. Oh,
Toro was like the mini sidekick of his.
okay. I knew his name was Hammond, but I also thought for some reason the original went by Toro, but that's a sidekick.
I'm pretty certain. Now you're gonna make me overthink it. I said it so confidently.
No, you might
Um,
be right. Just check me in real time so I'm
we're
not
checking
spreading
you in real time.
misinformation. But the
Tor
original, I guess what I'm trying to say is I love the thing. I love Reed. The whole crew's pretty cool otherwise. And they got one of the coolest villains in all of Marvel Comics. And
Yeah,
I
a
just
lot of
feel
them.
like they're the nucleus for all things Marvel too. Like when I think about like the Silver Age of Marvel and like the dominance in that time in Marvel Comics, I like point to this title.
Yeah, I had them on my short list too, but I kept taking it too literally as just too currently reading of things. So if I start talking on any books, just know that that's what I'm saying, so I don't have to keep saying it. But no, yeah, in terms of classic stories, I mean, running all the way from like the Frightful Four all the way through Black Panther's like a good like 20 issues, and then I mean you got like some of the space stuff after that with like the Kree and the Sentry and all that. I mean, they're the Silver Surfer, Galactus, the Inhumans. I mean, they've got like a sick run. They're one of the better Marvel runs. So it's like they've got good stories. It's just, and then I mean, even the Burn stuff's very popular. I mean, they're just always, I mean, it's really just recent history. I'm not gonna lie to you. They either didn't have a book or it's like, who gives a shit? So cynical, dog. All this new stuff just isn't very good, like, or like appealing at minimum. I mean, maybe it's good and no one's telling me, but like, they don't sell it to me. It's just like, oh, good. Some guy whose opinion I don't care about is writing it. And the artist is fucking got two left hands. And he plays patty cake instead of fucking drawing. This guy sucks. It's like I don't know what happened to the quality standard here. They're charging us $5 a book now, and the writing is like as good as mine. So come on, bro. Okay, sorry. Side note there. But that's how I feel about Fantastic Four and Teen Titans and pretty much everyone we've been talking about right now. Like, are their books good anymore? Like, come on, bro.
Speaking of which, I heard the Masters of Evil stuff in Avengers is good. We should read that sometime.
I mean, yeah, we haven't read anything in a while. If we could do some smaller stuff instead of like whole ass novels, I feel like we could do it.
But was I wrong about the Toro thing?
Oh yeah, no, Toro's a sidekick.
Yeah, okay.
Human Torch
Anyways,
comics too from like the 40s or maybe it was the 50s. Either way, first appearance,
word.
Toro, if you want a sidekick.
Gee.
Jim Hammond's a robot.
I knew he was a robot.
Robot.
Okay. Anyway, number two book, X-Men. So
Yeah.
you could argue it's number one. I wouldn't be mad. Best one I've read is Dark Phoenix Saga, but to your point, Powers of X, House of X, all that stuff was really good in recent memory before it got too convoluted. So I don't know. The reason why it's not even just the characters. I mean, think about the impact like Claremont made, Cockrum, Byrne, all on this title. So big X-Men fan. But last but not least, my number one team book has to be the Justice League. They're the coolest team. My favorite is actually Identity Crisis. They're known for Crisis on Infinite Earths. You could go as recent as like the New 52. You could go as far back as like Gardner Fox in the 60s when he was on the Justice League title. Just nothing but like classic stuff. So big fan of the Justice League. And anytime they get a new book, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but I'm usually picking it up.
Yeah, they're too cool a team to at least not give it a try. And also Gardner Fox, Gang Rise Up.
Rise, Fox, arise.
Arise, Fox, arise. Yeah, classic. That's how you do a transition because that's our list. And they don't teach you that. You just kind of have it or you don't. So that's how you transition.
We're naturals.
Yeah, you can tell we've done this a while. Top 5 costumes time. Let's talk about how they play dress 'em ups. So I have quite the list here and I really tried to condense it. You want me to just run through since it's kind of just like a bullet list? Don't gotta elaborate too much. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
you guys could either sit and listen to this and close your eyes and just imagine what we're talking about, or you could just go on Google and Google these characters so you know what we're talking about because we're audio only. But All right, top 5 costumes. There's a ton of them. Disclaimer, I kind of tried to go outside the top tier guys because on one of my shout out lists is Spider-Man because like Spider-Man has a fantastic costume. I'm going with some me picks here, so no particular order. That's going to kill Joe. But Deathstroke, we're talking 80s costume. The mask is sick. Kind of drew me into comics. Don't know why. One eye covered, one eye open. Got the swashbuckler boots, got the chain mail. Cool 80s, 90s ninja. I'm into it. I have Shazam. Now, I think he's obviously the main thing is the cape. His cape is more unique than other people's capes, and it's sick because it drapes over like one shoulder. Kind of reminds me of like a matador in a way, or like a Roman emperor type deal. I think that's sick. Innovated a sick cape. I mean, also the lightning bolt's cool, but I mean,
Hey, who's got the better cape, him or Batman?
Batman does have a sick cape, but because of the style of cape, I kind of go with the Roman Emperor cape.
Okay.
It's kind of sick. I mean, it's only like hitting like one shoulder. It's kind of just, it's literally just a status symbol. Like, what is Batman just like so long? I know functionally I'd prefer to wear the Shazam one personally, but some may say that's incorrect. And you know what? I can't hear you. So
Talk back to this podcast, but we can't hear you.
send us a text. It's in the link in the description. But Dr. Fate, Drip God. I mean, come on, bro. When you look at Dr. Fate, is that not one of the coolest costumes? The helmet goes dumb. I mean, the like purple fit goes sick. He's like, whoa, coolest guy on the scene.
Dude, speaking of purple fits, I almost put the Phantom on mine.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool costume, I'm not gonna lie.
It is pretty cool.
But carry on, brother.
All right, next one. Moon Knight, sick costume, all white, kind of nuts, pretty fresh. Gets dirty quick. Joe put on the Moon Knight costume and have a mustard stain.
It's like a pair of Air Force Ones.
Do you think he carries like a Tide pen?
He carries a few of them.
But I mean, just
His
look at
belt
him.
is just filled with Tide to Go pens.
Where'd all my boomerangs go? But yeah, sick. And then now we're getting into like it's kind of hard, but the Creeper looks wacky, dog. I like how he just goes from like a guy to having like green hair, being yellow, having like red like fur like cape thing. like what the hell? That was more of a like wild pick because like I feel like it's probably not one of the best of all time. I mean, obviously there's some sick ones. I mean, like I don't know who's on your list, but like it's hard to. I was just trying to go off the beaten path because like Spider-Man, Magneto, people like that, pretty key. And then I've got a couple shout outs.
Professor X's costume.
His pretty cool. The wheelchair. But like a wheelchair and a turtleneck. It's a sick costume. But do you mind if I give out any special shout outs or do we want to do that at the end?
No, go ahead.
All right. I've got Gentleman Ghost. That's a cool fit. I mean, just a cool character in general. You know, we fuck with the Gentleman Ghost in this podcast. And then my very special shout out, Namor, when he literally only rocked a Speedo because that takes balls to go everywhere in a Speedo.
It's not insecure whatsoever, bro.
No, especially when he wears it like onto dry land to go hit on his enemy's wife. I respect the hell out of that. It's like...
I don't even know why I didn't think of Submariner. That's crazy.
But that's my list. Let's see what you got.
Word. I guess my honorable mentions would probably be Batman, maybe Phoenix, and maybe the Tick.
Tick's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got those little antennas.
That goes hard.
Yeah. But my number 5 is the Punisher.
Sick.
The skull logo goes hard. It's iconic.
does.
And can't forget about his boots either. Kind of reminds me of Deathstroke's swashbucklers, but
Yeah.
those all white boots go hard. I think my number 4 is Daredevil when he got the red costume. The yellow suit is sweet, but that really changed the game.
Yellow suit is sweet.
I actually think that red costume might be one of the most iconic costume changes of all time. Maybe I'm
Probably.
wrong. I don't know. But love that for the character. Same thing with Wolverine. Both the yellow and blue fit goes hard, but I really like the yellow and brown costume, the Dijon mustard. There's never a time where Wolverine doesn't look cool in comics.
Facts.
So I had
He's
to
always
go
cute.
Wolverine. Spider-Man, man.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too easy of an answer, but the costume's just sick. And so many different variations of the costume too. Like there's certain even just the costume could be the same, but the tone and color could make it like cool too. Like sometimes like the dark blue and the dark red's kind of cool. Sometimes it just depends, but there's just always these different situations where the Spider-Man costume looks cool. I think it just comes down to just like a rock solid design.
It's like Jordans. You can
Yeah,
just get any color and pattern.
yeah, exactly.
He's
Yeah,
got one for every occasion.
100%. He is kind of like a walking Jordans. Yeah, and they have like Spider-Man Jordans too, like Jordan 1s or whatever. Yeah, like those No Way Homes or whatever. I don't know, but you're right. Good analogy. But last but not least, Superman.
Uh,
The costume itself is okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, the red shorts go hard. Cape's cool
yeah.
too, but it's just the symbol of hope on his chest is the most iconic symbol
Yeah.
in all of comics. So I had to give it to my man Superman.
Do you like it when he had a mullet better or when he turned into red and blue and was like electric-y?
I like both, but I think I prefer red and blue.
Oh, mullets.
Really?
Yeah, fucking course, dude. Mullet.
I mean, like mullets are cool, but he doesn't strike me as a mullet man.
He
He
was
pulls it
dog.
off, but like,
He pulls it off and he did it. I guess he is a mullet man, huh?
yeah, but he doesn't keep it. It's like when I
No,
grow a mustache for the 4th of July. Like it's cool, but like it's not my like
he didn't keep being
yearly.
electric, red, and blue either.
So
Checkmate.
I'm a red and blue guy.
How you feel about the Golden Age costume?
He's always cool.
What about New 52? He lost his
I don't
undies.
know. Yeah, that's when it starts looking like a wet t-shirt contest. They try to make him like ripped through
His
the
like abs
costume.
go through it.
Yeah, and that's when it gets weird for me. It's just like, no, bro, I want to see you go save a cat from a tree. I'm not trying to see you like,
Fuck Wonder Woman.
yeah. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking for wholesome, not
Yeah.
like
But
alien sex.
yeah, I mean, if you want to make him Mr. Big Chest, whatever, but like when he starts getting like his clothes are too tight, count me out.
I like when he has like a blockhead and like little glasses.
Sure.
I like him when it be like kind of like a lumbering oaf with like schoolboy principles instead of like young and edgy and like, oh my god, I gotta do it all. The fate of the world is on me. It's like I kind of like where he's just like casual about it and he's just kind of like a doofus when he's not being Superman.
Yeah, and I guess my only knock on this Superman trailer information that we've received so far, I kind of don't like the neck cowl thing that they got going on.
There's always gonna be something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not complaining about the movie or the trailer, but
I agree.
I don't think that one really sat well with me.
It should fit more like a t-shirt. You don't need the turtleneck.
No, that's for Professor X.
Yeah, that's for Professor X. And with like Professor X, you can wheel on down to CBJ Pod and talk to us on Instagram.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, well, you could do it, and you could see all the cool books we talk about on here, and you could get notifications every release day of when our new stuff comes out, which is every 2 weeks for those of you who can't keep track. On Wednesday morning, when you get your new pull, you drive up listening to Comic Book Junkies, and then you rate, review, subscribe, and tell everybody in the store about us, because that's how you spread the word. And we appreciate all y'all that did give us reviews, that did give us ratings. I actually just saw Mike, shouts out Mike. He gave us an updated review and he loved the new logo, by the way. We have a few dissenting opinions in our inner circle, but we've largely gotten some good feedback from the rest of you who have taste and are also well adjusted. So thank you. We feel more professional. We look more professional. Not that you can see it, but don't we sound it? And yeah, keep
My wife
spreading the
was like, "Hey, I can get rid of your neck if you want," and I says, "No."
No, I don't need less neck, honey. We gotta leave it as is. It makes sense. It may not seem like it, but it makes sense, and I appreciate it. But we appreciate all the love that you've given us. We're gonna keep doing this. We'll have a great one for you next time as well. There's a chance we do some hollers again, or maybe we'll have more alliterative names. We've got maybe some quick readings. Joe was talking about the Masters of Evil and stuff and such. We're talking about Superman review in a couple months. We got all kinds of stuff on the docket, and it's another one.
Another one.
Peace.